Hey child, and welcome back to Endo Speaks. It's your girl Melissa. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about our Heavenly Father, living with endometriosis, and my life as a single mom. Being a mother is one of the greatest blessings in life, but being a single mom has its challenges, okay? So I'm going to share with you guys what I feel as though are advantages and disadvantages of being a single mother. So let's get started with the disadvantages, okay? So number one would be money getting low and all of the expenses falling on me. That's a huge one because money does definitely get low. My daughter is a competitive dancer, so I'm not even going to say how much it costs, but it costs. Okay. Making sure that all of the bills are paid, making sure that she, has everything she needs, clothes, shoes, the little girly things that she likes, getting her nails done, making sure her hair is done, all of that stuff falls on me. And yes, money gets tight at times, and not having anyone else to help out with those expenses, it gets hard. Money definitely gets low, it gets tight, and it stresses me out at times. But I've come a long way. God has truly blessed me in that area, because when I first had my daughter, I was making hardly any money up until she was about 4. Money was super tight. But I'm in a better position now. And still, money gets tight. So that's definitely a disadvantage for me, being a single mom, is not having any help from anyone financially. Feeling guilty and alone. There are definitely times where I get very lonely. Not having anyone to, for myself. But also feeling guilty that she's in the position that she is in, that she only has me, although it's not my fault or it wasn't my choice, because this is something that I've never wanted for my daughter, was to have one parent. So I definitely feel guilty about that. I definitely feel guilty that her father is not around, and so it definitely bothers me at times. But yeah, I just thank God that He has sustained me and that He has blessed me to take care of her by myself. So yeah, that's definitely a disadvantage, is not having anyone here with us. Disciplining problems. That's a tough one, because I have to be the good guy and the bad guy, and I would rather just be the good guy, but I can't. So not having anyone to really talk about what discipline action should be in place for whatever the issue is, because you can't use the same thing all the time, because they'll just be like, I'm used to it. I'm used to not having my phone. I'm used to you taking this away, or me not, whatever it may be. So that's a tough one for me. Not having any help in that area. Yeah, because I been using the same thing over and over again, and she's just like, girl, I'm already used to this. What's next? So, yeah, that's a hard one, not having anyone to help with the disciplining issues. The biggest one, I can't talk. One for me would be not making any time for myself, not having any time for myself. Of course, I put her before me, what she needs, and I tend to forget about myself. So that's hard, because I was that parent with her when she was growing up, that you're not going over nobody's house. You can stay right here with me. I don't want everybody watching you. That's not the type of parent that I am. So you just stay with me. And I didn't really make time for myself. And by me doing that, with her being, a baby, own up, I didn't really trust anyone to watch her. Besides my sisters or my father or anyone like that, I didn't want anybody watching her. So I didn't make time for myself, and it's still sometimes a little struggle. Like, Marissa wants to go, like, I have to take her with me, so I'm still learning to just let her go with her friends and make some time for myself, or just drop her off and let me just have a few hours to myself. So it's been a challenge for me. Okay, it's been a big challenge for me. Okay, but those are the disadvantages of being a single mother. All right, so the advantages of being a single mom are all the decisions fall on me. I get to make every decision. What school she goes to, what she eats, where she goes. Like, I don't have anyone underestimating my authority. Like, I don't have anyone. She can't go to him and say, well, mama said no, but daddy said yeah. There ain't none of that. There is no confusion. There is nothing. I said no, and I mean no. I do love that, though. I love the fact that I get to pick what school she goes to. All of the decisions, I love that. Although I'm not saying that I always make the right decisions. But I do like having all the authority as far as what is happening in my daughter's life. Also, another advantage is that she does not have to go from house to house. I went from house to house with my parents. I spent 1 week with my mom and the next week with my dad, and we did this forever. And it was something that I absolutely hated. I hated packing up my bag 1 week to go from my dad's house and packing up a bag to go to my mom's house, because it was like I never really had just a home. It was like my daddy's house or mama's house. It's never like, this is my house. This is my home. So I'm happy that I'm not in that situation with my daughter where she has to go from here to there to here from there. Like, I'm happy that she doesn't have to do that. Also, an advantage would be that I know she's around. I trust the people that are around my daughter. By her going to, somebody else's house, her other parents' house, and me not knowing who's around her and what influence they have, over her, or, I'm happy that she's not in a situation. Getting to experience all the parts of my daughter's life is an advantage. The fact that I'm not missing out on anything, that I have been there from day one up until, now and forevermore, is such a blessing to me. Seeing her from taking her first step to, now being a 13-year-old teenager and hanging out with her friends and, experiencing everything even with dance, from her first recital up until now being a competitive dancer. Like, me not missing any moment in her life is such a beautiful thing. And that's something that all parents experience, not just being a single mom. That's for married couples with kids. That's for co-parenting or whatever. But not every parent gets to experience everything in their child's life. And so that's such a blessing. And it is a great advantage for me being a single mom, because I'm there for everything. So that's a huge advantage for me. Developing a friendship. Yes, I am her mother, and yes, she knows that I am her mother, and she knows that there are certain things that she cannot say or do. But we also have a beautiful bond and a great friendship. Like, I want my daughter to be able to talk to me about anything, especially boys, and just all the things in her life we talk about, and I absolutely love that. I love our bond. We actually, every so often, I want to say maybe every 3 or 4 months, we sit down and we talk. And You know, because we're not perfect. We're parents, but we are not perfect. I have to go to my daughter and I have to apologize for things that, you know, I have done or maybe even said, because it's never my intention to hurt my daughter. But we are human, and sometimes we may say something that may be harsh, you know. So we have to watch things that we say to our kids. And so there are times where I have to go to her and I have to apologize. So anyway, so we sit down every so often and we talk about, you know, things that we both could work on. You know, I tell her, you know, you need to work on your attitude or whatever it may be that, you know, my issue is with her that has been, you know, developing over the last few months. And she'll talk to me like, well, Mom, you need to do this, or this hurts my feelings, or whatever it may be. And we have those conversations. And I think that is so important, not to forget that your child is a person. Okay, he or she is not just your child, but they have feelings. Okay, and we need to take their feelings into consideration and not just have that authority over that child and just like, no, this is that and this is that. Like, no, sit down, talk to them, understand that they are humans, that, you know, our kids go through way more than what we went through. I know for me, she's experiencing different things than what I've experienced when I was growing up. So having those talks is so important, and you're letting them know, like, I care about your feelings. I care about, not only do I love you, I actually care about how you feel. So that's so important. Let's move on because I can talk about that forever. Being a single mom, your children, I believe, take a different type of responsibility than other kids who have, you know, both their parents. She looks at me, she knows that she can tell, like, oh, Mama's tired, let me go ahead and do this for her, let me go ahead and do that. Or even if I'm at work and I come home, you know, and she leaves me a note on the bed or something, you know, just something to let me know that, you know, she appreciates me. You know, I love that she does. She's such a sweet little girl. But she helps out. She takes responsibility when it comes to different things and just does it. And I think that that's something that only a single parent can really experience, because they know that, you know, it's hard on us sometimes. They see it. They see it. So they help out more often, I believe. And a great advantage is I get to spend all the time with my daughter. You know, although she's getting to the age where she's like, girl, I want to go with my friends. Still, she knows that we still have our days. We still go out and share that mother-daughter time. Yeah, so there are so many more advantages of being a single mother than there are disadvantages. It's not always easy. It's not. It gets stressful. It gets hard. But there are so many amazing, great people out here, and I am raising one of them, who have been raised by single parents. So our kids are able to do absolutely anything that they put their mind to. And that's what I try to teach my daughter, is that no matter what your situation may be in life, baby, you can do anything that you want to do, okay? As long as it's God's will for your life, I am rooting you on, okay? We have to encourage our kids. So those are my advantages and disadvantages of being a single mom. Hopefully you found this helpful. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I have so much coming up for you guys. So click that subscribe button. While you at it, hit that little bell right there so you don't miss another video from your girl. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.